As I've been talking about self-esteem, I have introduced you to the center of equality and the less than and the better than. This being the goal, the center of equality. I stand equal to all, eye to eye and toe to toe. I am not better than others. I am not less than others. This is the goal. And I've introduced you to the concept that the emotion behind both is contempt. When I'm in less than, the contempt is pointed in. When I'm in better than, the contempt is pointed out. And today I want to change that verbiage a little bit. I've been thinking about this a lot, because people question, how will I know when I'm in contempt? I think that the concept, the adjective of contempt, the emotion of contempt, is a vague and nebulous term that's hard to nail down. And I realized the emotion is also judgment. When I'm judging myself and when I'm judging somebody else. And we know when we're in judgment. We know when we're in judgment on someone else. Come on. We know when we're in judgment on someone else. I think we might not always identify that we're judging ourselves in certain moments. We might not realize that shame is actually a self-judgment. We do recognize the ickiness that we feel inside, though. So don't get caught up in the, how will I know when I'm judging myself? Don't even worry about that. Just know that you're here. This is where it's, you know when you're judging somebody else. And when you're in better than, you are looking down at someone else or other people, whomever it is. And here's the thing. What if the other person deserves my judgment? I mean, says me. But what if the other person deserves my judgment? If I'm driving on the highway and someone cuts in front of me and goes slower, they deserve my judgment. I mean, I would challenge that and say, do they really though? Because here it means they don't. However, the answer I'm providing today is, I don't deserve to have that judgment within me anymore. That is why I recommend work on it myself and recommend to all of my clients, step out of that judgment. Because as long as you are judging somebody else, the judgment lives within you, and there's still and always going to be the chance and the opportunity for the judgment to point in as well. You're still going to have, it's still going to happen this direction. So just stop. When you notice that you are judging someone else, recognize I'm in better than, and breathe yourself back down to your healthy center of equality. And how do you do that? They matter too. Here is, I'm enough and I matter. I'm enough and I matter in spite of my flaws and imperfections. I have worth because I was born. So if you're up, it's they matter too. If you're down, I do matter. So you need to know which direction you're in to know how to get back to the center of equality. Again, when you're up, you're being better than other people. They are not equal because you're in better than them. So you breathe yourself down by saying they matter too, which is basically breathing them back up. And when you're in less than, you breathe yourself up into equality. I matter too. I'm enough and I matter even though I did this thing. I'm enough and I matter even though I made this bad decision. We all make bad decisions sometimes. The severity of the decision may depend on the people and what it does to our lives. We all do make, and I wouldn't even call it bad actually, decisions that our future self will look back on and we go into shame. But that's the judgment. Breathe yourself back into the center of equality. I matter too, they matter too. And then we meet in the middle. And again, because no, you don't need to have that judgment within you. It's not about does the other person deserve it. It's I don't need to have it within me anymore. So how do I breathe myself out of that? And I want you to start looking at it as judgment instead of contempt. If contempt works for you, keep it. If contempt has never worked for you, think of it as judgment instead, and then reach out to me and let me know if that works. Comment below, or sign up for my email and get on my email list and send me an email letting me know your thoughts on this. How do you get on my email list, you're saying? Go to yourdecisiondiva.com and sign up. yourdecisiondiva.com, because I'm your decision diva. I am your queen of clarity, and get in touch with me and let's have a dialogue, or work with me and let me show you how you can change this information, change the way you look at all of this to make your decisions from your center of equality. Take care. I'll see you next time.